Again, there are so many people having kids who should not be having kids. They can't even take care of themselves or a goldfish or a plant, and yet they are having children, and that is really sad. No, actually, you guys want to start a family? Why don't you have a little test first?
Yeah, get a plant. Okay, care for the plant. If it dies, you're not ready. Hi YouTube, welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress, and if you didn't know yet, I stream live on Twitch. So if you'd like to see me play games or hang out with me and my community, go to twitch.tv/vtuber and I hope to see you there sometime. Today we'll be watching another video by Misha Petrov. This is the alpha female trend is failing women.
After 25, men's sperm count goes down. What is their value?
WISHLIST started revolution.
I'm so proud of the wizard Liz giving her trifling baby daddy full custody of their child.
A lot of you guys should have been abducted.
He cheated on me. I took him back like 7 times. Ended up getting pregnant by him.
Once you start men, you can't never stop.
For
What? What the f did I just hear?
years, the internet was flooded with toxic alpha male red pill
Yeah, now it's the female's time? Great!
content telling men that women were all manipulative, disposable, and only valuable when they were young, submissive, and easy to control. Eventually, though, many women created their own version in response. Instead of telling men to dominate women, female alpha content told women to become emotionally untouchable, treat relationships like transactions, and view men primarily through what they could provide. To many, I'm sure it feels like empowerment and self-defense, but over time, it became more and more obvious that this is just producing the same bitterness and suspicion and
It's just the same exact thing.
obsession
so toxic.
with the opposite sex, with power. But unfortunately, the way these men and women now go about it makes them look anything but powerful. It all comes off as very hurt, very desperate, and very sad. And that is
It
what
does.
makes the Wizard List story bigger than just one film.
No clue who it is Wizard Liz is.
Relationship, because after being betrayed and publicly humiliated, some of her advice appears to be shifting away from confidence and healthy standards, although one may argue it was never really about that, toward a much harsher worldview, which is that relationships are inherently exploitative and emotional detachment is the only real protection. In case you don't know, the Wizard Liz, she has built one of the biggest self-improvement brands on the internet. She became known for her glamorous, no-nonsense style of dating advice. She spoke directly to women with the confidence of like an older sister, right, who was just tired of you settling for less. She's telling you how it is. She's blunt, but she wants the best for you. For example, having children with a broke man is child abuse. She later went on to have a child with a cheater. Now there is a whole custody battle going on. They're throwing around this kid like a football. You know, as we look through these videos, it's
The poor kid, though.
important to keep in mind those who can't do it usually teach.
One thing in life that broke men have is audacity. These men love to say, and what do you bring to the table? Honey, there is no table for us to sit at. You have no money to buy the table.
What the f?
Sitting on the ground.
There's also the other one, Shira 7.
That is kind of funny, though. What the f?
Although Shira 7, I would argue, is a lot more entertaining.
What do you bring to the table, Miss Nothing? I'm not no waitress. And if I was, I'm putting extra food on that bill so you can give me extra.
And not unlike the Wizard List, there's definitely some truth sprinkled in. It's often mixed in with a very materialistic worldview. It's all very...
You mean, yeah, I mean, like, I found it funny that she said it. I don't completely agree with her, but I do get it, like, I do get it, though. Like, when someone asks you, what do you bring to a table, like a potential partner or your partner, and then your partner is, like, doing nothing as well, then it's kind of like, why are you asking me what I bring to the table while you're also not bringing anything to the table? Like, in those kind of cases, I get it.
transactional, a strange way to approach relationships for sure.
How come the natural girls are getting married?
Yeah, I do find that weird in the first place that you're even asking that kind of stuff.
How come the natural girls are getting married and wifed up? Because they look like they're ready for housework, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
What? Just because what are natural girls? Like girls that don't use makeup and stuff? What the f is that supposed to mean? Just because they don't like to wear makeup, they look ready to do housework?
Do I look like I'm ready for housework? No,
That's
ma'am.
crazy.
Someone asking if my
But also, like, getting married doesn't mean that. That's crazy.
husband ever cheated. No, ma'am, he's never cheated me out of any money. Sparkle, sparkle. I've never been cheated out of
Why
any
did you keep saying sparkle, sparkle?
money. You are asking me dumb questions. What will I do if my
Sparkle, sparkle.
husband cheat? Nothing. I don't care. Like, who cares? Already, you know, you get what you
Who cares?
want out of the situation already.
Oh, so you're in the marriage, use him. Oh. I mean, the cheating isn't good either. That's really bad. But what the fuck?
So, meaning he probably did actually cheat, but it's fine because you have his money. How
Yeah, I mean, maybe they deserve each other.
Why are you only dating one person? I don't get it. Like, why is literally one person your only option? So that
It's not. Some people are in a poly relationship and everyone that's participating is okay with it. You don't have to, you know? You don't have to if you don't want to.
one person and that one person goes to you, really? That's your only option?
So that one did not age well at all.
You're not all that. Humble yourself. Honey, humble for who? For you? Who are you?
And a lot of
She's talking to her ex. I'm so
her
confused.
videos were surprisingly simple. She's just sitting in the car or in a hotel room, her apartment, talking straight to the camera. There weren't these elaborate productions or, you know, flashy edits. And I think that was part of the appeal. It felt very personal, almost like getting this reality check from your sister, right?
I guess so. She looks like she's mad at me and I don't even know her.
Someone who had it all figured out already. And her message was pretty straightforward. Stop chasing men, stop accepting the bare minimum, become more attractive, make more money, build your confidence, and never let a man make you look foolish. If someone disrespects you, if something feels off, trust your intuition.
I mean, honestly, it sounds fine. It sounds fine so far.
Again, I think a lot of her advice is good. I think
I feel like that's all fine. Like, work on yourself, you know, have respect for yourself. And you know, that all sounds good, but it's probably gonna go downhill somewhere in a bit.
everyone can take some truth from these sorts of self-help
Yes.
influencers. But you kind of lose me at the trust your intuition. I manifested him. I manifested.
Okay, yeah, I'm not really into that kind of stuff either.
Manifested her.
I manifested
It was a sign from God. It was a sign from an angel.
Oh,
it was a sign.
You know, the sad thing is, like, I really want that to be the truth for people when they're like, oh my god, this person was sent from God, this person was, you know, a sign from an angel. But it's usually, like, the people who say that also get, like, from what I have experienced, talking out of my own experience, they're also the people that split up in the most fucked up ways.
Sign from a mermaid. It's fine if you believe in that, right? Spirits or whatever. It's okay. But it does become harder to explain how just a few months ago, before she found out that he cheated, it was all like, wow, I manifested this man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the people who say that end up in the most terrible breakups.
He's everything I've ever wanted. And then it's like, oh, he cheated on me while I was pregnant.
Oh my
God,
god,
but her
what a
original
scum.
messages
What a scum, though.
obviously resonated with millions of women because it felt different from most dating advice online. A lot of relationship content is either extremely soft and therapeutic or completely centered around what women should do to keep a man happy, whereas Liz, her advice was just unapologetically focused on the woman, her success, her happiness. It was ambitious. She delivered all this with complete confidence. So people expected her to end up with someone who treated her like the queen she is.
Yes.
Ruined a lot of my relationships by listening to Wizard List, or the concept
Oh, ruined a lot of her relationships.
of
Dang.
falling in love for someone just because of the lengths that they'd go through to be with you. I realized that the more I follow this concept, the more that I attract weird guys.
And it's the same thing for some straight men who only prioritize a woman's looks. She turned out to be a whore. Oh my god, she cheated on me. Oh my god. How could this happen? Well, look who you married. You only focused on her looks.
Yep.
Same can be said for the straight women here. You're focusing on his money. Looks matter to most people.
Yeah, of course, like, those things matter too, but that's not the only things you should be looking at. That's how you get in shitty situations.
Financial stability matters to most people, but it has to be a balance.
And I also think it's fine that financial stability matters to you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but indeed, balance
of things that makes a person compatible with you and what they want in life, what you want in life. It can't just be like, wow, they look really good. I'm gonna ignore everything else. Or wow, they bought me this really fancy necklace. That's it. Let's get married. no. I think for everyone's well-being, including those kids, really get to know the person first. And then decide if you guys want kids, you should have everything figured out. That's my hot take. It shouldn't be like, yeah,
That shouldn't even be a hot take.
I'm feeling up to it. Are you? Okay, let's just have a
That
kid,
is
I guess.
so to me a logical thing.
You need to make sure you can provide a safe, stable home for that child, because there are so many people nowadays.
So many people are like, oh my god, I want to get pregnant, and then they live at their parents' house and they get pregnant, and then the guy leaves. I wish I was joking, but shit like that happens all the damn time, and then they rely on their parents to help them to raise the kid.
Who are having so many kids, they should not be having any.
That too! And then they live in like small houses where the kids have to use one room together.
They're broke as hell, both of them. They don't have a stable home. They're constantly fighting. There's infidelity. There's drugs. They can't even take care of
so
themselves.
bad for the kids.
Yet they're popping out kids. Now, it's obviously not Liz's fault that her hubby cheated on her. All I'm saying
definitely
is
not.
that she probably should have waited a bit more, especially because it was very manipulative and he seemed to be pretending to be someone that he thought she would want to be with. I also don't think it's wise as an influencer like Liz here to be posting about it. Yeah, it can lead to some very uncomfortable situations in the future. Like now, imagine, Liz, you had kept this private. At least, you know, had not shared the details. Like, oh, we're getting married. I'm pregnant. He cheated. Custody battle. It makes it very entertaining for us. I'll give it to you there. But
That
just
is
for your
true.
own
That is true.
good. Maybe more people should think about the consequences of sharing these sorts.
I feel like, I don't know, in the first place, I'm not a person that would make content out of my relationship. But I can understand if the relationship was really good at the start, that I guess she would be talking about it. But if it was me personally, if all that shit happens afterwards, that he cheats, I probably wouldn't say anything about it. I probably, maybe, a few years later, I'll tell you guys about it. I don't know, but I wouldn't be saying it in the moment, as well as like, right, you're pregnant. You shouldn't be stressing and stuff. Like, why are you making content about it so everyone keeps talking to you about it? Like, first of all. Second of all, like, why would you want all of these people up in your business? I don't know. I'm just a really private person regarding this kind of stuff. So to me, I never really understand why you would make content about it, but especially also when it goes really, 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 really bad.
Of stories and details.
Dad was a broke man. My dad had no ambition and he lived off of my mother. When he had the money that he was stealing from my mom and he wasn't giving her 1 cent, he was her. He wasn't giving us any money and we literally lived in poverty because of him, and he was sending all his money back home.
There were some days that we didn't even have food the next day for school.
Part of what made her so appealing, though, is her own backstory, right? She talked about growing up in poverty, living with an abusive father, watching someone go from that kind of environment, slowly build herself up through hard work, and now she's wearing designer. Now she's traveling the world. She's building a successful brand. It made her feel like proof, right? That you could really transform yourself like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's exactly why what happened with Landon became such a massive story online, because Liz had built an entire career teaching women how to recognize red flags, how to trust their instincts, and never settle for the wrong man. Then her own relationship became a public example of many of the very things she spent years warning people about.
It's honestly a toxic message, this thing I've seen people saying of like, oh, you can never trust a man, like never trust your husband, like he may just cheat on you, you never know. It's like, at the end of the day, the man and the woman have to be trusting each other, and taking that is what builds a good relationship. It is a foundation of trust.
I mean, it's good advice in general. Looking back, it's all very sad because he cheated. You know, there were some people
He was really good at pretending to not be that kind of guy, I guess.
who were defending Landon.
Should be blessed to sit in the same room as you.
No wonder she got cheated on, bro. Cause what a bundle of joy she seems.
I hate it when men say that kind of stuff, though. I feel like, yeah, I don't know, she could be a bitch, but just break up then. If you don't like her, just break the fuck up. Like, I don't think there is any excuse for cheating.
Imagine having to live.
Like, for a guy and a girl, like, if a woman cheats on you too, I would say the same thing about the woman. Like, why the fuck did you not break up? That's fucked up. Doesn't matter what he is on, just break up.
With that 24/7, bro. I couldn't do it.
Landon
just break job.
Cheated, first of all, so there's no excuse for that. If he was unhappy, he could have left.
Yes.
He could have said, hey, this isn't working out.
It's so stupid. It's so f***ing stupid.
Go meet up with this Snapchat girl instead. Goodbye. He says, well,
if you have the balls to cheat, you have the balls to just leave. Just leave.
She just seems like such a bundle of joy. You know, no one was holding him at gunpoint and saying, no, you have to be with me. In fact, he was buying her all kinds of things, and he
was trying really hard to not look like a cheater.
And he wanted to be in that relationship. The problem is he also wanted to be with another girl at the same time. To say like, oh, he's the victim here because she's just so insufferable. Well, apparently he liked that. He liked her little spicy attitude and, you know, her blunt way of communication. So yeah, I wouldn't really say that he's the victim here. Maybe he thought Liz would become a different person, although that's not very intelligent.
But then even then, like, what about the cheating? It doesn't make sense.
But let's say that was his hope. At a certain point when he realized, okay, no, she's actually like this, again, he could have left. He could have said, I'm not happy.
Yes,
I'm going to go
100%.
be with Snapchat girl instead. But no, he cheated. I think it's weird to be a Landon fan. This was the wonderful apology.
I'm not going to come on here and ask for your forgiveness. I'm just going to come on here and ask for understanding because...
What? Excuse me, sir. You want us to understand why you cheat?
I made a mistake. But that doesn't mean that I don't love Liz. I love her with my entire heart. And we have a baby on the way. And over the last 10 months, I have done everything I can to give this person all that I can and to make her happy and do all this. And regardless of how
they both suck so bad.
much I care, I made a mistake.
When you really think about this, should this be public? No. Is this not very strange? Like, to go through this breakup publicly. That's weird. Why do we know about this? That's my question. With the apology,
some people share too much.
It really just seemed like he was looking for validation during a moment of weakness, and he promised to be a better man, though this was not received well. I wonder why. It's gotten difficult to convince people you're deeply committed to someone.
The cat is so cute in the background.
And you love them while betraying them during the most vulnerable periods of their life.
Yeah, I find it the worst thing to do. People that cheat on their wives when they're pregnant or their girlfriends while they're pregnant.
Life, or at least one of the most vulnerable. She's literally pregnant here. The internet rewards people who speak with absolute certainty about relationships. Even though relationships are probably one of the most unpredictable parts of life. You can have standards, you should. Confidence and experience and still end up hurt. Yeah, that's just the fact of life. That's what made this story, I think, shock so many people, but also resonate with so many people because it's not just about cheating. It challenged the idea that anyone has relationships completely figured out. They don't, even if they claim to. Now, when she introduced him, she described Landon as everything she had always wanted to manifest. He was successful. He was ambitious. I think he was like I was going to say Minecraft. No, he was
He's a Minecrafter.
I don't play games. Fortnite, right? Fortnite? A Fortnite streamer? Okay, so that's how he made his money. He played games. Foreshadowing. But yeah, she said he
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Wait, foreshadowing. Did he cheat with not a Fortnite player?
Was generous and emotionally intelligent and, according to her, completely different from the unhealthy men she dated in the past. But their relationship moved very quickly. They got engaged. They announced they were having a baby. And then she revealed that while she was pregnant, Landon had been privately messaging another woman. And then there were screenshots that quickly spread across social media. It was so weird coming from the woman who was teaching other women how to identify red flags, how to trust your intuition. It shifted from, well, how could Landon do this, to if this could happen to the wizard Liz, what does that say about the advice she's been giving? But then she did later admit there were some warning signs.
There was a moment where we went out and there was a Asian guy that wanted to talk to me and get to know me, and did not like that at all. And these two guys almost got in a fight over me. And I then got a little bit of like, ooh, that was a red flag for me because I thought you're just like my ex, very controlling, very jealous.
One of Landon's former girlfriends, Abby, sharing her own experiences with Landon, and of course these are just allegations, but Abby said some very similar things to what the wizard Liz was complaining about. So she was talking about relationships starting off like a fairy tale. Everything's great. Landon's so smart. He's so charming. He's so thoughtful.
That's how it usually starts,
emotionally
though.
manipulative. And she accused him of repeated cheating also, of gaslighting, of controlling behavior, repeatedly trying to repair the relationship through these grand romantic gestures like gifts and flowers, letters, emotional apologies, all of that. But instead of supporting Abby, Liz actually publicly disputed parts of her account and denied certain claims Abby made about contacting her. And that surprised a lot of people because the focus shifted away from Landon's behavior and toward disagreement between the two women. The girls are fighting, guys. They're fighting.
It's so embarrassing. I took him back.
If that's true for Landon,
I took him back like 7 times. He cheated on me. I took him back.
7 times?
I ended up getting pregnant by him. I had my miscarriage. I was alone.
He's been telling me he wants to wear eyeliner and shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I think this guy genuinely wants to be a woman. And this was already before this.
What's happening?
Gay ass, twink ass loser, ex of mine.
The bitterness comes in.
Women who claim to support gay people, but the moment a man disappoints them and then suddenly, oh, he's gay. A man rejects you, gay. He's emotional, gentle, well-groomed, gay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like
this
that
is
at
something
all.
I have noticed with some of my straight female friends. Like, especially if the guy rejects them, he's probably gay. He also might just be straight and not into you.
Yep.
It's possible. Or like with the bad behavior.
I don't like that being gay is used as some kind of insult. It always made me feel really ugh.
Even though they were together for many years or maybe even pregnant, like in this case. I doubt he was gay. I doubt he was a twink.
Honestly, like me and Sabina, we are very pro-abortion. Because a lot of you guys should have been aborted. Yeah, like a lot.
Okay, so it's like she had this relationship with Landon cheated, and she had her ex that also was not a good guy, and now she is toxic to all men.
I'm really unhappy that you guys are here. Like, seriously.
Okay, so then Liz gave birth to her son, and there were all these legal disputes that are still continuing, actually, involving custody and restraining orders. She had also claimed that he is seeking child support from her.
After 25, men's sperm count goes down. So what is their value? You tell me, what is their value?
Guys under 25 they don't have opinions, and we like that. They don't talk. I love
that. I love
Once they turn 25, all of a sudden they
start talking.
They start talking. They read one book and then they act like they wrote it for the rest of their life.
The same.
This sounds like they're just talking about one specific guy.
Book women read when they were 12 years old.
They will say something that I thought when I was 2 years old.
Yeah.
When they're 35.
Okay, so now we're like the female Andrew Tate, I guess.
Ladies, please stop taking relationship advice from people who are right in the middle of their pain.
Yes,
she, no
please.
offense, is not in a place to be giving advice.
No, she needs to log off the internet and touch some grass and like really seek some help. She needs some time to process the emotions and like what has happened alone with the people around her that care about her, and not go on the internet and make these stupid videos.
Offense is not in a place to be giving advice. Her perspective, her point of view is not coming from a level-headed place.
By the way, I love that blue dress on her, man. It's so perfect.
I 100% agree. But I actually noticed this from the very beginning. There was always something a little bit off about her. Put down anyone that's super spiritual or anything like that. But the more I see these sorts of people, it's hard to have a grounded conversation with an individual who is, in a way, in spiritual psychosis. And it could actually happen from any religion or any spiritual belief or whatever. It's like 1111, 100 100. I saw it on the walls. I saw it in the puddle. Oh, this must mean that. And quick, let's manifest it. Don't say that. That could manifest it. Oh, say this. Yes, that's going to manifest that. Of course, you can have your beliefs, but it can be taken a little bit too far. I think you should also try to stay grounded in
the cat. So cute.
Reality. And all I'm saying, I'm bringing it up because I notice that kind of belief often overlaps with just general mental instability in these people. It tends to be a little bit of a connection. Basically, a lot of the super religious or spiritual bitches are crazy as but now it's like a lot of bitterness and hurt, and it's showing up in red pill, I guess pink pill kind of stuff that she's talking about here.
Are they balding after 25?
No, not the pink pill.
Guys, imagine
the pink
gender
pillars.
that starts balding at 25 is telling us that we expired.
Also,
why are they all mouth breathers?
Why are you stealing all our oxygen?
See, that's another thing. I know she's not like directly saying this about Landon, although she was calling him a twink and whatnot.
I mean, like, this is clearly like directed specifically at the men that she has experienced.
Not. I will never understand this. This applies to men and everyone who shit talks their ex, right? You dated them. You slept with them. You were obviously attracted to them. You were in love with them, perhaps even. But now it's like, they are so ugly. They're so this and that. Like, no one would want them. You wanted them. So at the same time,
I guess you're no one. By your own words, you're no one.
You're trying to put them down, but you're putting down yourself.
Yes,
just say,
exactly.
okay, this didn't work out. You can say, oh, the personality turned out to be terrible. You know, they really betrayed me, or I found this out about them. And yeah, of course. But if we're just talking about looks, if we're just talking about what they were like when you actually started dating them, like, you chose that person. So it just doesn't make sense to be like, they're disgusting. Okay, but you were with them. So what does that say about you? That you have terrible taste then? No? And it's actually the same thing with that guy who was like, yeah, of course Landon cheated. She was so annoying and this and that. Well,
but he chose
to marry
yes,
her,
exactly.
not just date her too.
He was probably the person who asked her, because like if I hear her talk, I don't think she would be the one to ask the guy to get married.
Marry her.
You're walking around stealing everyone's oxygen.
Where's Peter?
Like, everyone is talking about, hey,
who the f is Peter?
It's not good for nature, but these mouth-breathing ass men outside just your chin is in a different country. You want to tell me you're an alpha male? Their jawline is receding and they're saying, I'm an alpha.
Their jaw? What the f is she saying? What?
So this guy sabotages my visa. And now that I can't get into the United States, this guy immediately gets primary custody because I can't do anything. I can't get my child out of the United States. So he literally, like, because of that, he's like, oh, now you're gonna have to pay $5,000 to $10,000 a month in child support.
We have something for you.
Child support? No. You want child support? This is your child support. Yeah?
Grown men.
You're white.
Provide?
I don't even understand. What was that?
You are American. You are, how old is he? 27, expired. You're old.
Oh boy. Yeah, all I can really say is get to know the person. Get to know the person before you marry them, before you have kids with them.
The wizard Liz did not manifest a demon into her life. She had a baby with a complete stranger. I'm so sorry, it must be said. I'm so tired of people trying to turn this into some like spiritual thing that she had no control over. No,
that is so fucking stupid that people are trying to make that a thing.
A man, and after 3 months decided she wanted to have a baby and be married.
After 3 months? Oh boy, please. Oh boy. People, don't do that.
To him. Stranger
3 months?
Stranger applies romantically as well.
I
mean, obviously, maybe you're in a relationship where that actually worked out, but that doesn't work for a lot of people. Get to know people before, oh my god.
Daddy telling me I'll need to pay 5 to 10K a month in child support.
Girl, 10 kids and
you. I love that audio. So I think with this alpha male content that we were seeing a lot of, become a high value man and no woman will reject you. And then this version, the female version, is become a high value female and no man will betray you. But neither promise is realistic. You could be the most attractive person out there, the richest person out there, and there will still be people who would cheat on you, who would lie to you, who would reject you. Yes. And we see this a lot, actually. Even you can look at celebrities, right, who are so wealthy and have all this access to cosmetic procedures, look great, all that, get cheated on, addiction, loss, depression, all these issues. Nothing is guaranteed in life, and ultimately...
Exactly, because I also don't think, like, sometimes for some people it's like it truly was unexpected, because the person, the man or the woman, they were great. They acted great around you. They were the best partner that you could ever wish for, and then they still end up cheating on you.
Toxic male and female dating ideologies definitely feed each other. So the red pill men use their worst experiences with women to justify treating all women as selfish and untrustworthy. And then the women encounter those men, get hurt, create an opposing philosophy that treats all men as disposable ATMs or potential manipulators. And each side points to the damage
They're both just hurt, both
by
sides.
The other as proof that its own bitterness is actually wisdom. They figured it all out. Actually, the great realization is that the person that hurt me, their gender, half the population is evil. That is the wisdom there. Then depending on who you ask, that's either all men or all women.
It's just like, look, if you have done all of the stuff and then he threatens you with, oh, I'm gonna take your child. Oh my God, take it. Thank you so much. Like, this is a dream of a lot of
generally,
mothers.
if a man threatens to take your child, give him the child.
Like, seriously, like, this is the best time ever. Like,
poor child, man. Like, out of this whole situation, I feel so bad for the child.
I can finally sleep. I can finally enjoy my time.
No, but it just makes sense because it's like we shame women for walking away, for giving up their children, this and that. We never shame men for that shit.
I disagree. I think we do shame men for that, and
I think men get shamed for that all the time. What?
The deadbeat dads and all that. I think we should. We definitely should shame both the men and the women who decide to just leave, right? To say, okay, this is my child, but bye. Peace out. Again, there are so many people having kids who should not be having kids. They can't even take care of themselves or a goldfish or a plant, and yet they are having children, and that is really sad. No, actually, you guys want to start a family? Why don't you have a little test first?
Yeah, get a plant. Okay, care for the plant. If it dies, you're not ready.
Okay, get a fish. See if you guys can handle the fish.
No, I don't trust them with the fish, man.
Break up. See what you do. How does the custody situation work with the fish? Then you can move on to a cat or a dog. And then maybe, if it all works out, you can have a child. But still, definitely make sure you know who you are involved with, even if the love is so strong.
Definitely. Like 3 months? Come on, 3 months.
This is your person and you really feel it, and your intuition is telling you, and your guardian angel is sending you signs on your toast. That's
on your
fine.
toast?
Still, get to know the person first. Okay? Don't rely on signs or messages from God.
I'm so proud of the wizard Liz giving her trifling ass baby daddy full custody of their child. Because now he's gonna get to see how hard it is being a parent. And he tried to use that baby to her life up. Like, he tried to say,
does no one care about the freaking child? What the
you're never gonna see your kid. You're never gonna see your kid. But guess what?
The kid is not gonna grow up without a mom. Like, oh yeah, that's nice. That's cool. But like, Landon, right? Like, now he sees the kid too, I guess.
Lizzie won. She won.
Did she win? I don't think anyone won in this situation. I don't think she won. I don't think he won. I don't think the kid won. Definitely not.
And honestly, I'm not gonna talk about the situation anymore because I have crashed out about it and that's it. Obviously I have still lawyers working on the case and they've told me that maybe I should really now stop talking.
I agree with the lawyers. Enough, Liz.
Maybe
wow.
Maybe it's time to take a step back. Yeah, but yeah, it was great to see my nephew. He's so cute.
But you know, even as a joke, saying she will just give the baby over to him, let him have full custody, it's kind of irresponsible, I think. A child is not a bargaining chip you hand over to punish an ex or to prove a political point or to create the behavior of absent fathers under the new label, right, of like women in male fields. Sometimes you hear that as well. I think she is speaking from anger and exhaustion and frustration with a legal situation that is obviously leaving her feeling powerless, but she's still broadcasting this message to millions of women who view her, still for some reason, as a source of guidance. And her son will eventually be old enough to find these clips, and regardless of the context, right, or whether she was trolling here, he may hear his mother laughing about giving him away, and millions of other people will have seen that. It's sad.
He asked us that if we stop being mean online, then he's gonna bring the child. Yeah, guys. So now we're gonna be meaner. Yeah.
So she actually goes,
you know, like something that I don't really talk about, but I also did not really have a great childhood. I do, like, of course, like, I give my parents flowers where they deserve flowers. So that's why I always talk about, like, oh, my mom was this, and that was pretty cool. Oh, my dad was that, and that's pretty cool. But I grew up kind of in a messed up situation like that. And being a child in that kind of situation sucks. So when I see things like this, I just find it really disgusting. Really disgusting. Like, there is no thought for the child at all. They only think about themselves.
Between claiming it's all good. Here's the kid. I'm giving you full custody. I don't care. To actually, I really do care and I'm fighting for my child. She alternates. And I think she actually really does care about the kid, and it's all kind of just a performance for TikTok. She's bluffing, essentially trying to get Landon to be like, oh, no,
I
you
hope
can
so.
have him, sort of
like,
thing.
I mean, I still, like, it sucks either way, but...
People have told me just give him the child. And that's the only way you can move on with your life. But I really love my child. Like, I don't want to give up my child.
There is a viral court epidemic where women in the United States in the last few weeks have been giving away their children in droves, like 100% custody to the father. Like, I think Wizard Liz started a revolution on accident. I think men use pregnancy as a way to terrorize women. They use it to enslave women, to get revenge, because once you become a mother, your entire existence becomes very vulnerable.
So she doesn't actually present any evidence that such a widespread trend actually exists, but there is no doubt that abusive partners will sometimes use pregnancy, children, or custody battles as tools of control. We know that happens. But I think taking those very real cases, expanding them into a statement that men as a group all are secretly hoping to use pregnancy to enslave women, that goes far beyond what the evidence actually supports. I do think it's generalizing when actually advice should help people distinguish between patterns and universal truths. It's not the same thing. You can't be turning one devastating experience into this is what men do, period. No. It's just a worldview that is filtered through pain.
Like, after I had my baby, it was like I had a second son, a teenage son at home. Like, literally, I was raising two kids. That's how I felt. It was really insane. And a lot of women say the same thing. They say, like, you know, once I had my child, my partner turned into a child as well. Yeah. And it's like such weaponized incompetence, because they will act like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, so you won't ask them, you know?
You guys don't even come close to what I have done. Like, I've spent till now, guys, $80,000 on lawyers trying to get my child back, and I'm still in a lawsuit.
Can't feel bad about the Wizard Liz, because baby, when Landon first started acting up, she was still a bitch and bound. So that's not actually a solution for everyone, right? Like, some people want to keep the child and not just be like, oh shit, he left, that shit gotta go. But either way, like, regardless of your thoughts on abortion, this is just a really weird video to make.
And then everyone says, poor child, poor child. No, nothing poor child. My son should be with his father. I do not believe that I should stick around for my child, go through all of this abuse, and show my son that it's okay to treat women like this. It's not okay.
Okay, I get that she thinks that, but you don't have to be together with him. I don't get it. You don't have to be together with him, but you should be there for your son.
Because I literally have to wait till my visa gets renewed, and I could not take my child because you legally prevented me.
We'll never forgive that man for ruining Wizard Liz's philosophy. That man took every word she said and discredited her when he played her.
I feel like the Wizard Liz situation with her ex is exposing something about a lot of men that no one ever talks about, which is the fact that men will be like, oh, the legal system is set up against me, especially in child custody court. No, it's not. We just are aware that 98% of the time, y'all are only taking them to court for custody to get to the mom. Y'all never actually want the kids.
Again, y'all never want the kids. It's all a generalization. Yeah, this happens for sure, but it's not every father. Like, there are plenty of fathers where it didn't work out in the marriage and they do want custody or joint custody.
It's kind of crazy that they're claiming, like, all fathers that have a marriage that didn't work out don't want their kids. That's f***ing crazy to say that.
These situations so that they can actually see their kid. There's no easy solution here, but something that could really help is not getting married after 3 months. Right?
Definitely. Yeah. Like obviously it can still happen if you decide to get married 7 years later, but like 3 months? Come on.
To know the person first. Yes. And then after marriage, wait and see how marriage works out for a little bit. And then decide, okay, is this a good enough environment? Are we good enough potential parents to bring another human life into this world? I really think more people should be approaching it like that. And this shows me no.
I told you to start him. You didn't listen to me.
I did that once.
Yeah.
And
he called the police. She beat him one time and he called the police.
Yeah. So that's not good, but it's
as he should have.
The courage he had to call the police.
What the f*** do you mean
I honestly beat the shit out of my first boyfriend. He was scared to call the police on me.
Yeah.
Wait, well, this is her sister, right? Yes. What the fuck?
No, but it's
way.
look, once you start being men,
you can't
never
stop.
Now imagine a guy saying that. Imagine a guy saying this.
I swear to God, one time you beat a man, you become addicted to the feeling.
Woman, the fuck are you saying?
It's a rush.
Yeah,
first time
you know when you take drugs and you're like, oh, that.
Nah. So if your
That's
entire platform is
disgusting.
built
That's
around
so disgusting.
self-respect, emotional control, leaving toxic relationships, but then you're laughing about becoming physically violent
that's
in
not
your
funny.
relationship, doesn't that undermine your message also? Like, just think about that. Because we shouldn't excuse violence just because so many people sympathize with the person who committed it. Because there are so many people who are like, well, he betrayed her, so she can do whatever. That's not an excuse to...
Doesn't even make any sense, because when is a guy being betrayed by a woman and he will do that, the internet will be on his ass. Everyone will be on his ass. But now, since it's the other way around, it's fine.
Beat up your partner regardless of the gender here. Yeah. Okay? If it was the other way around, same thing.
I want to talk about this whole Wizard Liz situation, but the first thing I want to say is that she was warned.
My therapist here in Miami, I wanted her to have my experience with you. I wanted her to see that I love you, and I'm like, I'm a really jealous person.
No, I got it. Kind of calm.
You are, and very possessive, and very controlling.
Is anybody else saying their man was jealous, possessive, and controlling? She would have said it was a red flag.
So
he was
she
already
knew.
in too deep. He offset his toxic behavior with extravagant gifts as a distraction.
To be fair to her, I guess, when you're in love, like the first stages, since it was only 3 months, you have rose-colored glasses on, that's what they call it, right? You get kind of blind to the red flags. Like, even though, like, I guess here you can hear that she knows that he's very possessive, but I'm assuming right now. And I'm assuming in her head is probably like, oh yeah, he's possessive, but he's also dad. So it's fine. It's not like the possessiveness and the jealousy and the controlling. It's not that bad. Like she's like trying to convince herself that it's not that bad.
Maybe like 750 flowers.
Where do we even put those flowers? Where do you put that?
I think I'm actually like in love.
Where did you put the flowers? I actually need to know that.
That better work.
Thousands of flowers?
Never let a man rush the timetable, because sometimes they're doing it because they know at any minute all those skeletons that they have pushed up against the closet are going to come tumbling out. I believe they said she got pregnant with this man's baby within 4 months. He only had to pretend to be Prince Charming for 120 days. Never let a man rush you. If it's real, he can wait.
Yeah, so with the cheating scandal, her pain is understandable. Landon's behavior should not be minimized, but
Nope,
personal
definitely
betrayal
not.
does not automatically make every conclusion drawn from it healthy or true. And if her message continues moving toward resentment and the sweeping contempt for men as a whole, she won't be defeating the red pill culture or anything like that. She's just actually reinforcing the same worldview with the genders reversed. And that's not healthy either. And relationships are unpredictable. No amount of beauty or money or manifestation or intuition can guarantee you'll never be betrayed. No one is immune to heartbreak, and I think that self-help shouldn't promise immunity. No one can promise you that. I think it actually should teach people, yes, how to try and avoid it, how to make smart decisions, but also how to respond when different types of disappointment inevitably find you. And based on the direction that her content has taken, I don't think Liz's response is one worth following. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Also remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Like this pink pill, red pill thingy. The more red pill there is, the more pink pill content will get out. And then even more red pill stuff will come out. And then more pink pill, and then more red pill. Please, people, just, like she said, just learn how to deal with it when stuff like this happens. Don't go on the internet. Take some time for yourself. Maybe go to therapy. And please leave your kids out of this. Hi! If you liked the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!